What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video to our usual one. We're going to be talking about the capabilities of HMS, or Harmony operating system, which is Huawei's brand new operating system. Well, I say brand new, but it's been around for a little while now, and it's been getting better and better every single day. Now, there are some main concerns that we will address in this video, and it'll be the typical ones that you are probably already expecting. But we're going to start from the top and basically describe what HMS is. So essentially, Harmony OS, or HMS that I'm going to be calling in this video, is Huawei's new operating system that they've come out with. And essentially, it's going to be an operating system that is non-specific code that can be used within any device. So that could be used for in your smart TV, phones, car, or any device. And basically, they're going to create a Huawei Harmony ecosystem. This is good because basically having your own version of code and coding from the top down rather than basing off of Android and off Google devices, which many companies have been doing and currently still do, it allows Huawei with more leniency with their own code and therefore can optimize their components to be the most powerful as they can possibly be. This is very similar to what you see in iPhones, whereby their parts and components may not be the best components, however they still score really well in benchmarks such as Antutu, and this is namely because they can optimize their parts incredibly for the exact operation they need to do. And that means that the part, although it may not be as good as, say, a Snapdragon 765, it can operate a lot better because it's more optimized. Whereas Huawei in the past and a lot of Android-based devices currently have to third-party buy their parts and sort of mold their phone together, and they won't always be perfectly optimized together to carry out the operation. So this therefore allows Huawei to go sort of backwards through it. And as they already construct their own chipsets, the Kirin series, as you may already know, this allows them more control over these sort of aspects of the device and therefore making them more powerful. So that's essentially what the idea of HMS is, and currently it's not exactly where Huawei want it to be, but it is getting there, and it's getting better and better every single day. Now, one of the key components of HMS devices, such as this Honor 9A that I will be able to look at in a little minute, is the app gallery. Now, the app gallery currently has over 1.4 million developers working on it and over 55,000 apps. Now, that was as of March this year, so there's already probably a lot more apps packed on and a lot more developers working on it, and that is because of incentives provided by Huawei themselves. If Huawei is saying that all you have to do is tweak your code for this specific app gallery and you have access to millions of users for no fee whatsoever, then it's kind of a massive incentive for developers to move over. Now, I know a lot of apps that you may want are not currently on the app gallery, and this is something that Huawei are aware of and are looking into, and I know every day more and more apps are being added onto and more contracts are being signed so you can get your banking apps, your Instagram apps, and all those apps that you really, really want. Now, in the meantime, there are ways of getting these apps onto it, and we will cover that in this video in some detail, but straight off the top, you've got things such as Petal Search, more apps, and phone clone, which allow you to bring apps that are not currently available on Huawei App Store onto your device. There is also an option on the Huawei App Gallery that allows you to request apps. Now, this is purposeful because it allows Huawei to see the demand for apps, and then they can feed this back to the developers of the apps themselves and show them real substantial proof that there is X amount of people wanting this app, and this is how many people will be on your app if you develop it for the app gallery. And it acts as almost a sway to bring even more developers over. So far it sounds incredible, and you are probably wondering why more people haven't moved over to the app gallery yet. And it is the elephant in the room. That would be down to essentially the trade war and Huawei being added onto the entity list. Now, if you're not too sure what this is, I will link a great blog in the description below where you can read all about it. But essentially, Huawei and Google are being blocked from working together, and although they really want to work together, it is not currently possible in this climate. Now, Google and Huawei really want to work together from what I understand, however, they just currently can't. And that may be something that we see changes in the future, but in this current climate, they're not going to be able to work for the foreseeable future. But that's not to worry, and that isn't too much of a barrier for Huawei. In fact, it acts as incentive for why they should develop their own version, such as the Huawei maps they have coming and other Huawei services. Now, I'm going to take this Honor 9A out of the box now, just because this is a prime example of a HMS device. Now, a lot of devices currently from Huawei and Honor do already run on Huawei's mobile service, which is HMS currently. And this Honor 9A is a prime example. Now, we have already done a video on this Honor 9A, and if you want to see that, it'll be linked in the description below, so you can check that out. However, this is basically a key example of a HMS device. And you can see on this home screen right here, the app gallery that I'm talking about. And this clearly runs on Huawei's new Harmony OS, and it also runs on EMUI 10.1. Now, essentially what EMUI aims to be is it aims to offer inter-device connectivity ranging from your phone to your car to your TV to everything smart in your house, and it will all run on HMS. Now, HMS is not trying to be a replacement for Android, but in fact build on it. This is something that people seem to get confused on recently, and it may be down to a mix of blogs and misinformation, but HMS is not a replacement for Android because that would be too drastic for people to come over from an Android device. Essentially, it builds on Android on your phones and allows for inter-device connectivity. And that is something that's going to be really interesting because you're going to have a Huawei ecosystem in the future, hopefully, that all runs on HMS. And that would allow for things such as OneShare, which we've previewed in the past, whereby you just tap your phone on your laptop and it comes up. It will allow for you to basically swipe things onto your TV, and it basically allows for your entire device range to all be connected via HMS. And as I said, this code is non-device specific, and therefore this is how this seems to work and how it is predicted to work in the future, is because that code is non-device specific. So as expanding on the last comment I made, HMS is building on Android to optimize it for Huawei devices. And that wraps around to what I said at the beginning, whereby having HMS and Harmony operating system as another operating system rather than just having Android and Apple allows for Huawei to have more control. And it's a very similar scenario to what Apple have, whereby they can control each component to be its optimum. So I don't know if you've seen in apps such as Instagram or Snapchat, but their photos within the apps never seem to look as good as they do on an iPhone. And this is basically down to what I'm trying to describe. The apps are not fully optimized to use the components to their full capability. So if you have a Huawei device with a 64 megapixel camera that can do 5 times zoom, within Instagram you may only be able to do 2 times zoom, and a lot of the quality may be lost. And that's because the current operating system doesn't allow the apps on it to fully take advantage of the components. So in the future, if Huawei gets this up and running properly and has all those apps on it, you will be able to fully use the components that use HMS on the apps that are developed specifically for HMS devices, and therefore they will be on par, but probably better because the specs are probably going to be better than the Apple products that you see currently. So that's about it for HMS as a brief overview and a brief goal and sort of a sum up of what HMS is trying to be. And this is basically what the capabilities are of HMS. Now, if you want to see a more in detailed sort of documentary type thing on HMS, we'll be more than happy to do that in the future. But that's it for this video, guys. If you like this type of video, please be sure to let us know in the comments below, and we'll be sure to do more like it in the future. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.